Alrighty, hello.
Hello.
How is it going out there, everybody? Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah.
Great, thank you. I knew nobody's going to do it because this is a podcast and it's just you and me here.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
I would love if like there's a bunch of people that go, hell yeah, like just to themselves
yeah.
in their car. Welcome back to the Hyperfix and Hate Watch podcast. I'm Jared.
I'm Kayleigh.
And today we are talking about clones.
Love it.
Love doppelgangers. And the like. Before we get into it, Kayleigh, how's your week been?
It's been good.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, nothing much has happened. Just school. Work.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
About the same.
Yeah.
The kids are going to start writing essays next week.
Aww.
Yeah.
I'm going to use ChatGPT for it.
That's a lot of them are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to complain about writing a page.
Yeah. They've been complaining about writing a 3 to 5 sentences, so...
Yeah, that's the future.
Yeah. It's a strange world. But we will get through it, and there are some that are like they want to learn. Like there's ones that like are really
one every class period.
1 or 2, I would say.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but if you don't know what we're talking about when it comes to clones, we're talking about Jordan Peele's Us. So, first thoughts.
This is my favorite of his movies.
Really?
I love it.
This one is not my favorite.
I know. I also know it's not like technically like not the best. Like it's the weakest of his movies, and I'm fully aware of that. Mm-hmm. I do not care.
Okay.
It's still my favorite.
And we'll get into the meat of that. I really think this is one of those instances where it is a little bit of style over substance almost in a lot of ways, because it's like almost in a lot of things Jordan Peele is going so far and ahead of like the illustrations and like the analogies and like the number 11 is everywhere, and I'm like it's very like upfront and in your face, like
yes.
and where Get Out was upfront and in your face, but it's like this is like a couple steps too far in my own thing. And I also I'm not really a big fan of home invasion movies, you know?
Yeah, but I wouldn't even call it like home invasion. Mm-hmm. A home invasion movie is like that's the whole movie, like Strangers or Hush,
right?
Or
yeah,
like You're Next. They're barely in that home.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
They just open the front door.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Yeah, which is a very dumb thing to do. This was just I think in comparison to Get Out and in comparison to Nope. I feel like this one is the weakest, but like I said, we could get into like why we disagree. But how do you feel about the idea of seeing a doppelganger of yourself? Terrifying. Okay.
This movie did not give me nightmares, but the trailer gave me nightmares in college because I watched the trailer and then I had a dream that like my doppelganger was, and she would kill me.
Okay. I'm less terrified of it because my dad has a twin brother, so it's just like, that's just a thing that happens.
Right. Well, imagine just standing over your bed though.
Yeah.
You.
No, I get that. I do. It's more like, I don't know. I think just also the fact that I've worked in like schools and in specifically like, special education, there's a lot of twins. I don't know what the correlation is for that, but like I've had like several sets of twins that I've like taught in like sped environments, which is like I don't understand how that works. It's just a thing that I've just seen happen. Like
I don't know if
I don't know if there's a correlation of just it's just a handful of things.
I doubt there is. I think it's just like
just a handful
the
of times.
same way that like
yeah,
twins are in normal classes. They're both in.
Right. Well, I do have some twins that are just like gen ed in my classes now, but like it was just like constantly, like every time I'd have a new like group of kids, there would be a set of twins. And I'm like, I wonder what that's about. But anyway, we're just no idea. That's not my
look into it.
Yeah, not my what is it? Not my circus, not my animals. Is that the phrase? I don't know.
I mean, not my circus, not my monkeys. But I guess not your area of expertise.
Yeah, I don't like the not my monkeys.
But I mean, that is the phrase.
Okay, well, we're gonna change it to not my animals on this phrase in this one. But yeah, I just think there is also a mental illness. I wrote it down for thinking that a doppelganger is going to come kill you. I can't remember the name of it if I see it. Oh, capgrass delusion. That's what it's called. So it means that you think that somebody that looks exactly like you is going to come and kill you and take over your life.
And then there's another one where like the people in your lives are doppelgangers and they're not actually that person.
Yeah, that's what that
one's in all the medical shows.
And then that's the one where that girl that drowned her kids in the bathtub, I think. Like there was like a really big really famous case of that, and that was what that was. I just know that because Alina probably told me about this.
Alina sends me shit, and she sent me this TikTok, and it was just going into detail about how this woman was brutally raped and murdered, and then they were like, and then nothing. They were like, and then nothing happened, and I was like, why would you send that to me? I was having a good day.
Yeah, Alina is so. I'm from what I've been told by her bosses, Alina's so good at her job.
She is.
But she's just not good at it for people who, like, she really knows and loves.
She'll just come out. She gets a quota.
Yeah.
And she'll hit her sadness quota by 9:30.
Yeah.
I'm like, because I don't want to hear this shit all day. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about the end of the world at 8 a.m?
Yeah. But, like, also you and I are, like, very political. And, like, Alina is... She says that she's not very political, so I'm trying to like tell her stuff, and she'll be like, "I just don't want to hear that." Like she doesn't want to hear that kind of sad shit. Like
that's not what she does to me. She'll be like, "Did you see this new bill that got passed?"
Yeah,
so maybe it's just you.
Yeah, maybe it's just me.
She doesn't talk about it with you.
I'm pretty excited.
Fascist?
Fascist? No, I'm pretty excitable about it. about like, this is bad. We need to do something. And she's like, what are we gonna do? I'm like, I don't know. Like, that's kind of like where I'm kind of at. But next time there is a protest, you and I gotta go.
Okay.
Because one of my fellow teachers was like really like spearheading some of the protests, and I didn't know she was there. Otherwise, I would have gone anyway.
Yeah.
But and I know you were like busy that day, so it's fine.
Yeah, I didn't make it back in Athens in time.
But we are. Oh, also, the alternate title that I wrote for. I forgot that I wrote this down. The alternate title for us is Doppelganger, I Hardly Know Her.
I like it.
That's going to be the name of the episode on our shit. All right. So, yeah, let's just get right into the plot, huh?
Start to text, talking about tunnels.
Yeah, talking about all the tunnels. And that's real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, because there's also a thing on the internet called Missing 411 or something like that. And it's like all these people that have like gone missing in like national parks and stuff like that. And what people say is that these underground tunnels are connected to these national parks. And so, and then we, know about all the real fun, colorful shit that our government's probably up to. So,
sure.
And we never know. And already, like, from the jump, they are hitting us with, like, a ton of, like, 11/11 imagery. Like, it's everywhere.
Well, yeah.
It was because it's...
Talk about Hands Across America first.
Yeah,
Which was a real thing.
Yeah, that is a real thing. I heard it was like...
a real thing. It was really bad. It cost more money to operate than they had raised.
Really? Like, what was it for?
Homelessness. To end homelessness.
To end homelessness?
Or, yeah.
Well, I mean...
homelessness, poverty. Yeah.
I mean, they didn't do a very good job.
No, well, they spent more money than they made. Because it takes a lot to coordinate.
Right.
Everybody across America holding hands.
Right.
It takes a lot.
Yeah, which does kind of not bode well for the ending of this movie, but we'll talk about it.
Okay, because I have, like, we can talk about it. Okay.
Yeah, everybody knows the twist in this one at this point.
Yeah, but I argue that the twist is important. People hate the twist.
I don't hate the twist. That's not the thing that I think is not great.
I know what you're like.
Yeah.
But I get it. I'm not oblivious to it. But I also know some people are like, what do you mean they live under tunnels and how does that make, and they're clones? How does that make sense? And I'm like, it's the premise of the movie.
Yeah.
You gotta go, okay. You gotta go. They're living in tunnels and they're doppelgangers. And it doesn't matter if you don't know how that works because that's not the point. The point is this is the premise of the movie.
Yeah, and that felt very Twilight Zone.
Yes.
You know, this was very much a like Twilight Zone kind of story, but like 2 hours long.
And amazing.
There's a lot of pretty amazing scenes. I will give you that much. But like, yeah. So we have our little girl. Her name is Adelaide.
Yeah, Addie.
How about that?
They call her Addie or Ads.
Call her Ads. Yeah. And she's with her dad, who sucks. Like from the jump, he sucks.
Yeah.
All he wants to do is play carnival games.
And get drunk, I guess.
Yeah. And mom hates dad, and they pretty much hate each other. And she's on like this is her birthday, I believe.
It's her birthday, and they're on the Santa Monica Cruise boardwalk.
Which it is set in 1987, which...
They were filming Lost Boys at that time. So when she was like, oh, there's a film production going around, that's actually Lost Boys.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
We can watch it.
Okay, we will. We
It's
need
a
to
vampire movie.
We need to do some older movies, for sure.
Okay. And we also need to do some bad movies. We've been doing a lot of good movies recently, which is fine with me. I like watching good movies.
Well, whenever we watch the Id movies... First one's gonna be good, but
I didn't hate. I liked the It Part 1. I didn't love It Part 2, but I didn't hate it. Because gay.
Oh, because gay?
Because gay.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I thought the It Chapter 2 was funnier.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's
the
all.
The ending shit.
Yeah, the ending is not great. But we'll get into that. That's for another episode. And yeah, so she, the dad decides that he's going to play some whack-a-mole, and then she immediately is like, I'm bored, I'm leaving.
Yeah, the mom was like, I got to the bathroom, and she's like, I don't want to go. I don't know. My mother would have been like, I don't care what you want to do. Come now. Because that's what she did do. Even with like my dad and my brother were there. My mom's like, I'm going to the bathroom. You're coming with me and you're going to try.
Right. Yeah.
Especially when I was that little.
Yeah. And I think it's crazy that like in the 80s, like demons apparently were on the loose according to the super, the super religious Christian people. Like, because, that satanic panic and all that. And then like serial killers were like, what, 20 years ago? And like in the 60s and 70s, and then but then kids were still like, all right, just walk around till dark to be back.
Yeah, because their parents didn't tell them not to.
Yeah, it's just so wild. And so now because my parents, whenever I was growing up, they were like, when you see the lights come on, you get your ass home now,
See, it wasn't even that. Like, in our neighborhood, like, growing up, I would want to go in the backyard. Mom's like, I'm not out there to supervise. And I was like, it's fenced in. And she's like, I don't care.
Well,
and then my parents were like, later, like, why do you and your brother never want to go outside? And I was like, because you didn't let us growing up.
Yeah. I guess there also is, like, a difference of gender for you and me. Because, like, I'm sure, like, boys could just do whatever the hell they wanted. And girls were like, someone has to see you. Someone has to see you.
Yeah, because we'll get took.
Yeah.
Not that boys don't get took. But.
Not, yeah, but, like, yeah, it's a higher percentage, I'm sure. But, yeah, you were just like, yeah, come back before dark. The pitch down whistling whenever she's in Vision Quest.
Yeah.
Scary.
Very scary. But, she sees all this stuff. She sees the guy with Jeremiah 11:11. Do you have that verse written down in your notes? If not, I can pull it up.
I can Bible Gateway it right now.
What, you don't have the Bible app on your phone?
I don't want to get it out of my phone. Jeremiah 11. 11, fun fact, is Alina's favorite number.
Is that because she was born on
I think so.
9/11?
I think so. It says, therefore, this is what the Lord says. I will bring on them a disaster they cannot escape. Although they cry out to me, I will not listen to them. So that kind of implies the coming disaster that happens like 30 years later. And then the before verse says, they have returned to the sins of their ancestors who refused to listen to my words. They have followed other gods to serve them. Both Israel and Judah have broken the covenant I made with their ancestors. So that's like, talks about like the sins of the people that have come before us and the overall thesis of this movie.
The American government.
Yeah. And just Americans in general, you know, and so she's walking through and this thing, and then she sees a little girl that's very, very similar to herself, and then
turned around. And
cuts away.
Yes.
You know, and so then we get like the Do we know what that's saying? I couldn't find that anywhere.
Absolutely not. But did I have that bumping in my car when this movie came out? 100%.
When I heard that part and I saw the rabbits, I was like, Alice in Wonderland immediately.
Yeah,
you know,
there's a lot of that in
here. You know, Tweedledee, Tweedledum. You know, like look through the looking glass. Like there's a lot of Alice in Wonderland imagery.
Red later says they all went mad down here, and I was like, Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, and then they're all wearing the red jumpsuits
from Michael Jackson, though.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's Thriller.
Yeah,
with the one glove.
That's right. Yeah. Okay, so a lot of Michael Jackson Thriller stuff, and then like. Her name is Red, and so she's like the Red Queen, you know, like so that'd be another whole thing. Yeah, Jordan Peele is like killing it with like these imagery.
And this movie's just stunning visually.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of really interesting stuff going on in this movie. I just think it's very badly paced. I think that's the worst part of this movie. I do.
What?
Okay, let me tell you. When it got to the point when they killed Tim Heidecker and Elizabeth Moss, I was like, this movie's almost over. And then I looked, there was like 40 minutes left, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I don't know why you thought the movie was over.
I don't know.
That was just there to let us know that it wasn't just that family.
Yeah, because I've seen the movie like once, and this is the movie I've seen the least amount.
I've seen this movie 10 times.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
So
how many times have you seen Nope?
6.
I've seen it like 2 or 3 times. So, but I've
seen it a lot. I really like Jordan Peele's movies.
Yeah, they're all great. This is like this is like how I talk about this movie like I talk about Batman Begins, where it's like that's the quote unquote worst Batman movie in that trilogy, but it's still a great movie.
Yeah.
You know, like I think this is the worst one out of the 3. But it's still a good movie.
Yeah, I think this one's like the least solid, but I think that's because he like expanded the world too much.
Yeah.
Because with Get Out and Nope, they're very
like solid,
it's not the whole of America.
Yeah.
Thing, and then you kind of get into like the
there's a lot of fridge logic moments that in this.
And I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm willing to just like, if it's like for the story where I have to go, if I have to ignore this in order to like get the themes and get what he's trying to say, I'm willing to go, you know what? It doesn't matter how they got those red jumpsuits.
Yeah.
There is a theory about that. We'll talk about it at the end though.
My theory is that they used the rabbits at some point to make the jumpsuits. Like the rabbit hairs or something like that.
No, I have a different theory.
Okay, I'm curious.
Mine's better.
Well, I didn't do any research. That's just what I came up with at the time. Mine's
just from watching the movie. So one of us is the smart one here.
You think I didn't watch the movie, Kayleigh?
As many times as me?
Yeah, all right.
As many times as me?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
But yeah, Jordan Peele's title sequences are so striking every time. Like they always even though it's just like text on screen, there's always so much to get out of, you know?
And I love Michael Abreu as his composer who does all this stuff. Amazing, because he did Get Out. I'm pretty sure he did Nope too.
I think he might have.
Yeah, they work together a lot, and I think he really shines in the Us soundtrack, especially when like they do the little remix of I Got 5 on it.
I Got 5 on it is such a cool song to pick on this.
on it.
And then the reason they probably picked that is because I Got Five on It is talking about like buying a dime bag, and it's like a dime bags would be $10 whenever this song came out, and so a five make 10, you know, so makes a full 10, 5 and 5 make a full person.
Yeah, it's so funny. We're in the car and they're like, "This song's about drugs," and he's like, "It's not about drugs." And
it's a dope song,
but it's not about drugs, and it's literally
I do really love Winston Duke in this movie.
Amazing.
Like he's such a goofy dad, you know, and like he's always kind of riding that line between middle class American dad and also black man in America, is that you can see that he like kind of code switches whenever he needs to. Yeah. That when he's like talking to Tim Heidecker, like he's very like, oh yeah, you got the boat, you know, got the stuff that. But then like when he like needs to like put a little lilt in his voice when he's trying to like freak out the doppelgangers, like he does that. Right. You know, and that's not me. That's not me just being like. No,
it's very intentional. Yeah, like he has a Howard t-shirt. Yeah. And you know. And a lot of that there.
And once again, all the weapons are like very like typical like upper class middle like for example like the daughter is beating people to death with like a putter. Yeah. And then the son is beating somebody to death with a geode. With a geode. How do you feel about people collecting these damn rocks?
Honestly, I think everybody should get the anthropology rocks.
Okay. You mean like the ones where like there's like dinosaur bones in it?
No, I'm talking about it's this thing on TikTok where it's like tricking my boyfriend into thinking I got the anthropology rocks. And it's like, look, it was on sale. It's only $500 and it's just a rock from outside. But they say it's from anthropology.
That's so stupid.
Listen, it's interesting. Adelaide and I went to Savannah. We went to like look around, and there is some of these like crystal stores, and you're like, this rock is $50,000, and we're like, we're too poor to understand the value, just even why you would.
Yeah, I had some friends. I went to the rock store. I don't even know what the rock store is called, but I just call it the rock store with in the Mall of Georgia, and I was just like making a bunch of jokes like, oh, look at all these blunt force objects to kill myself with, you know? And I was like, I was like, don't tell me y'all believe that like these crystals are going to like help you with your mental health and stuff.
Oh my God.
And he was like, well, actually, and I'm like, okay, listen, professor, like
this is plastic made from China that they're making you spend $1 million on.
The moment, there's many moments where I was like, I am in love with Alina. One of the moments was us sitting like on a couch in that rock store, being bored as hell, being like, this shit's dumb as hell, right? Like we're just like, we're just like laughing about it. We're like, we would waste some damn money on this shit. Meanwhile, like we go to like the blind bag store.
And we're like, oh, let's get random trinkets.
Ooh, digital circus.
Yeah.
You know, so everybody's got some dumb shit that they like spend money on, but like it's not gonna be rocks for me. It's just not. You know,
it'll be dumb hats.
Yeah, it will be dumb hats. It always will be. I'm wearing a dumb hat right now.
Yeah, it's one piece.
Yep.
Wow.
Climb aboard and bring along all your hopes and dreams.
Sure.
I really want you to watch One Piece.
It's so long.
I know, but it's so good.
It's so long.
Just what you do when you watch One Piece is you find out when the arc ends, and then you take a break for a few months.
Yeah, because I keep seeing the thing on TikTok. It's like me getting up to go to the bathroom, but it's paced like a One Piece episode. And it's just they never get to the bathroom.
Yes.
And you have the audacity to talk about us having bad pacing. And you're over here in a One Piece shirt being like... And I thought this movie was over, but there's 40 minutes left, and One Piece is 5.
I'm on like
that's what Naruto does too.
Yeah,
it is 5 episodes for one fight that actually lasts 10 minutes.
Anime is notorious for that. Like
it pisses me off.
Read the manga instead, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, like that'd be it's paced way better. Like there's a point where like a lot of people just dropped off and were like, I'm just gonna read the manga.
It pisses me off.
But okay, and then it's the thing about that I do like is that this just feels like a typical family. Yeah. You know, you got your goofy dad, you got your mom that's overprotective, you got your weird son, and then you got your daughter that's like always on her phone. Like, you know, that's like you could picture a family in your mind.
Yeah.
That's it, you know? I just really I really like when Jason goes, "You can kiss my anus."
Zora.
That's like, whoa! Why are we talking about anuses?
It's not a curse word, which is true.
Yeah, it is not. But
Yeah.
is it a word you say? You know?
It makes it worse to say that word.
Yeah, it almost does. Like, you can kiss my ass. You can kiss my anus. Like, you know, like...
That's
just...
like worse than if you said your booty. You know? Like, that goes back to insult.
That means you're getting up in there. Like, you know, like you're like going beyond.
Yeah.
You know? And Lupita Nyong'o plays older Adelaide, and she's great.
Oh, she's amazing.
She is the best actress because she's got this really, she could do like the wild eye thing really well. And do you watch Hot Ones, by the way?
No.
Okay, there is a episode of Hot Ones that Lupita Nyong'o was on, and there is a clip that's like really, really famous, and like she's like eating hot wings. She's got tears coming out of her eyes. She's like doing the wild eye thing, and it's so quiet. And then Sean Evan just goes, "What do you think, in your opinion, is the best salad dressing?" And then she just starts dying laughing. And she goes, "Thank you, I needed that."
Yeah.
You know?
I think Lupita Nyong'o is one of the best actresses of our age.
She's amazing.
And the fact that she did not win an Oscar for her performance is criminal.
Yeah, I mean, all those rich old white people, they're talking about me in this movie.
No, I don't think they're smart enough to get that.
Yeah, well, that's true. Maybe, yeah.
I don't think they're smart enough to get that.
Okay.
They just don't like horror.
Yeah, horror doesn't often win. The only what's the last horror?
Substance.
The Substance? Okay.
Yeah.
Before that, it was like one of the movies.
Yeah, I think Get Out.
Get Out and
won some stuff.
Then it was like Silence of the Lambs. I know they won something. It was like Best Picture, I believe.
Yeah, horror will get nominated for like effects if it's good enough.
Right. Yeah.
I think Nosferatu was nominated.
Okay.
So more so, yeah, but
I think horror like we've said, we've been saying like the last few episodes, like horror has totally become like a vessel for art nowadays. It
is excellent.
And it's not just schlocky popcorn movie anymore.
And I even love the schlocky popcorn movies.
I do too.
Like, I love Frankenhooker.
Frankenhooker? Okay. I've not seen that. We have to watch that one. Frankenhooker gives you the same vibes as Samurai Cop.
But it's better.
It is? Okay.
It is better. And it's not, I mean, it's less sexist than Samurai Cop.
Wow. Being called Frankenhooker, that's a pretty amazing thing.
The ending's kind of feminist, actually.
Huh. Okay. Have you seen the Lisa Frankenstein?
I love Lisa Frankenstein.
We'll have to watch that one. Talk about that one too.
I love my Chapel Roan movie.
Is that a Chapel Roan movie?
No, but she looks like Chapel Roan.
Okay. She does look like Chapel Roan. You're right.
Chapel Roan, if you said that's a Chapel Roan music video at any point, I'd be like, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Down to Lisa Frankenstein definitely being a lesbian.
But she's...
I know. I'm aware of what happens in the movie.
She could be a bi queen. Why not?
No.
Did you write this movie?
No. I'm the only bi queen in this house.
Write your own. That. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So they also like, you can tell that like, interesting. They don't go into like what either of them do. You know, they never really go into like how they have this money to have like a summer home. You know.
Yeah. Because that house was their Addie's like mother's house. Mm-hmm. It's probably just inherited it.
Probably so. Yeah. And then
it's a nice house.
Mm-hmm. And so they go to the beach, to the Santa Cruz beach, the same beach that Addie had her weird thing happen with Tim Heidecker and Elizabeth Moss. Tim Heidecker for a while was like doing this like comedy sketch thing where it was like he was like really like taking the piss out of like,
he was a free real estate guy.
Yeah, it is. That was
He's
him.
also in Our Flag Means Death. He's Doug.
He is Doug.
He's Doug. He's the
right.
most milquetoast white man in that show.
You're right. I forgot Tim Heidecker was in that.
But everybody in the fandom loves Doug. Nobody hates that man.
I forgot that he was Doug. You're right.
He's Doug.
He's in a bunch of things.
Yeah.
And then Elizabeth Moss, she was in Invisible Man. She was in Handmaid's Tale. Bit of a
Scientology.
Bit of a hypocrite because she's a Scientologist, you know? So it's like, how feminist can you be if you're in Scientology? You know?
Hey.
You know.
Well, I mean, you're in Scientology. How feminist are you?
I'm not a Scientologist.
No, you are actively wanting to be recruited, and they keep turning you down. I've seen the letters. Alina tells me that you write them every week saying, let me join your organization. And they said, we don't want the likes of you in here.
That's just because I really like aliens, okay? I don't care about any of the other stuff.
Yeah, and they said you can't fuck the aliens.
That's not what I want.
They said that's not what L. Ron Hubbard wanted.
I want to see them aliens. I don't want to...
Because you want to watch the alien orgies that they're going to have at the highest tiers when you are a low-ranking member. You're not respecting the hierarchy of things.
The Scientologists are going to come after us now.
Okay.
No, but seriously, Church of Scientology. Sponsor us. We will only say good things about the Church of Scientology after this.
No, I will treat you the way John Oliver treated AT&T.
No, we will actually, if you can get Tom Cruise on the podcast for us, that'd be great. Because I just want to ask him weird questions. Just see what he does. Okay, well,
that could be an episode I'm not on.
Give him just a couch so he can jump on.
Yeah, ask him about Katie Holmes.
Oh. So how's Katie Holmes these days? And he can be like... just like start laughing at you like that. I'm like, all right, he might kill us.
I'm not going to be in the room.
Okay, it'll just be me and Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
don't leave me in here with him.
No, you're the one who wanted him on the podcast. I'll take your wife to a movie.
Okay, here's the list of people I want on the podcast. Matt Hannon from Samurai Cop.
Okay.
Everybody else, Tom Cruise.
Everybody else in the world.
Everybody else who we will cover. Well, so like Matt Hannon, Lupita Nyong'o, anybody else. Okay. Anybody else, Tom Cruise.
Okay.
So, but hey, if we get at the bottom, that's still on the list, you know.
My friend Walker wants to be on this if we ever cover Star Wars.
Oh yeah. I need to
him go real nerd.
I need to get another recordy thing, but I do have a shotgun mic that he can just hold.
Okay.
So, possibility.
Yeah, he listened. He was like, I really like it, but if you ever are talking about Star Wars, you gotta get me on. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. We will eventually do that, because Star Wars is a centerpiece of pop culture. Also, I think we forgot to talk about whenever they were driving to the beach, is that Lupita Nyong'o was...
She's off rhythm.
Snapping off rhythm.
I noticed that because she was trying to get Jason on rhythm, and I was like, she got that boy off rhythm because he was on rhythm, and she's like, no, like this, and I was like, no.
Yeah, and she's talking to Elizabeth Moss, and she's like weird, but it seems that she's like off-putting because of her trauma, and I literally wrote down, I said, I have a hard time talking, cuts to darkness due to my trauma. You know, like it's what it comes off as when you don't know the twist of the movie.
Or, I mean, some people just don't like talking.
Yeah, some people just are not into it.
When I first saw it, I was like, oh, she just doesn't like talking. Or I was like, or she doesn't like Kitty. Yeah. I think she also does not like that woman.
I don't like Kitty either. I also like that she's...
very much, that's her husband's friend, and she's hanging out with a wife. So, like, I honestly probably wouldn't have talked to her either.
No, I totally get that.
Because she's like, I just got a little something done. And
you're
like, okay, sure. And then she's like, the twins were one of the wrong... I was like,
Yeah, and then she's like, I think about murdering him sometimes. Like normal wife things and think about your husband.
That's what Alina tells me at work. Why do you think she threatens you and says it's me? She says, I can't do it on my own. So she says it's me, so you will relax your guard.
That makes sense.
And this is me warning you. I did tell Lena, I was like, if I do wind up dead, you will have to be considered an actual suspect from the amount of times in front of witnesses you said you were going to kill me.
And I'm telling you, this podcast will be on the deposition.
Yes, like it will be a part of police evidence. And I'm going to, and then if you get murdered, she's going to try and frame it on me, and this is going to be the evidence. Because at work, I was like, I didn't say that about Jared, and she's like, I know, I just like making you the villain.
I love the idea that the lawyer is going to be pulling up our podcast and be like, Exhibit A, at 34 minutes and 32 seconds, and then it'll cut to you being like, "You just want to be a part of the alien orgy." Like, no. I'm sorry.
Wrong one.
I'm sorry. 34:38, not 28.
Listen.
We're just setting that courtroom up for a lot of weird stuff to happen. But yeah, and then like the twins suck too. Hate the twins.
Yeah, I mean, they're just like teenage girls.
Yeah. And she's like, "Your brother is so weird." I was like, "Bitch, I will kill you." Like, I don't even care. Like, you know, like, don't come to me talking about my brother. You know?
Yeah, he was just making a tunnel.
Yeah, just
let that little boy play.
Yeah, he's doing what little boys do. They build tunnels in the beach, you know, and they wear a weird Chewbacca mask the entire time, you know.
Aww, he's so cute.
Yeah, let him do whatever. He ain't hurting nobody.
No.
Telling people to kiss his anus, like.
He does walk off though.
Yeah, well, I mean, like mother, like son, you know.
Well, I mean, he did tell Zora he was going to the bathroom. Zora should have told her parents, but also like, hey, children, don't listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
Tell your parents when you walk away.
Yeah, if you're on this podcast, turn this off now because we just started talking about alien orgies. But tell your parents where you're going, okay?
Right, and then he sees the first guy because you see they were driving in, the old Jeremiah 11:11 guy was murdered, and then you see this guy. He's the harbinger, standing out there. My question is, how is he not bothered? That man was covered in blood. Like, it'd be one thing if he wasn't dripping blood.
I think
you're just gonna leave a weird man alone, but
I think my theory is that they could tell that he like either looked like a homeless guy, and like most people are kind of. I'm
talking about the cops.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
You're telling me, like, I'm saying the cops would just leave him alone. I would leave a homeless guy alone if he was soaked in blood, but the cops kind of have to go, "Hey, sir."
Yeah.
Hey, there was just this murder.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the Santa Cruz Police Department's like. So
no suburban white mom said, "There's this weird guy standing."
Elizabeth Moss.
Exactly.
She could have done it. Yeah. Yeah. A little bit of a plot hole, but it's okay.
I don't care. Also, it's now Merlin Quest instead of Vision Quest.
Which
makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it was the 80s and then it's now.
Which is,
it's just a nice touch, more, you know.
And it's the same, but like they didn't change anything
No,
inside.
they just changed the name.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean.
Which is what you do in America, apparently. And then they go back, and she's obviously very freaked out at this point.
I mean, I would be too.
And like Gabe is like,
we're just gonna go home,
situating himself on the bed, you know.
Oh yeah, where he's trying to watch the game, and it's 11:11, and she sees, you know, her son's drawing, and she's like, "Who's that guy?" And he's like, "I don't know." And then it's 11:11, and then
he like situates. She's like, "Gabe, I want to go," and he's like, "Where are you trying to go?"
Also, that bed is so small.
Yeah, that's a small bed.
Winston Duke is such a big man.
Yeah, well, he was in Black Panther.
He was.
He was in M'Baku.
I know. I'm just saying, for both of them to sleep comfortably, that is a small bed.
Yeah.
No.
I'm glad that, by the way, in the comics, Winston Duke's character's name is Man Ape. Couldn't do it. I'm glad Ryan Coogler made that change.
Yeah.
That's so bad. Also, Alina's favorite horror film is Strangers, funnily enough.
That makes sense.
And so, and also, like, if I, like, forget to lock the door or something, like, she will get on my ass really bad.
Yes!
Which I don't blame her.
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
That's what happens. Men don't lock doors when they leave. They just leave them unlocked because they think they're safe. And I deadbolt that door every time I'm in my deadbolt. Yeah,
I gotta get better at it. And then, like, so the people come in, they're at the driveway.
And the lights cut out. Well, she gives her whole, like, speech about how she sees the girl. She's looking in the reflection. So it's really the reflection talking, which when you get the twist, it is the other one that thing happened to until...
Yeah.
So... Pretty wild. And then I remember from the trailer, like, him going, "There's a family in our driveway." And that freaked me out so much in the trailer. It's such a good line. It's so creepy. I got 5 on it.
You know? And that little melody in the back. dun, dun, dun. Like, that's, oh, it's so creepy. I love it. And so, you know, the dad's like, just wait. We need to call the police. I'm going to scare him off. And then he's like, we need to get crazy. We can get crazy. And then they just start running in.
And he walks, I mean, yeah.
Like, not great.
Because she's calling the cops. She's like, leave him alone. And he's like, no.
Yeah, we gotta. This is a man thing to do, for sure.
It's such a man thing to do. Like, she didn't want to go to the beach. He said, let's go to the beach. And she said, okay, we'll go to the beach. And then she said, leave them alone. And he said, I can defend my family. Which is, I feel like, something you would do.
Immediately gets hurt.
Yeah.
Too.
I feel like you would do that. And, like, I love Adelaide would also, if there was somebody that'd be like, I'm going to go check it out.
I feel like me and Adelaide, though, would actually...
Adelaide can actually hold their own.
Yeah. And I feel like I'm bigger than most people. So, like, I feel like I could do it. It just depends on the situation. Like, if it's like a family, I'm not going to do it. Like...
Yeah, there was multiple aggressor.
If it's just one guy, maybe, you know? But, like, if it was like a bunch of people, I'm like, yeah, we just need to, like, bat down the hatch to call the police, you know? I also really like the way Red moves around. That she's, like, always...
She's so fluid.
In lockstep. It reminds me of how, like, Hannibal Lecter moved in Silence of the Lambs. And her voice...
Is a real condition.
Mm-hmm, it's called spasmodic dysphonia.
Yeah.
That's what RFK has. If you want it. That's how...
I just thought it was from the hole in his brain from the worm.
No, apparently that's a different thing that he's got. My dad, fun fact about my dad. My dad loves it when I do an RFK impression.
Do it.
He's like, he'll say stuff like, I said that, he's like, he'll ask me questions like, what do you think of like autistic children? He's like, I think that autistic children need to be fed to the brainworm in my body. You know, like that stuff like that. And my dad like starts dying laughing. He's just, the dude is so weird. Like, it's so weird. Like, I know we talk about political stuff all the time on this thing, but we're talking about the Get Out movies. So like the Jordan Peele movie. So we have to. It's so weird that he is the head of health when he is the most unhealthy looking dude I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
He looks like he's slowly turning into Abomination from the Hulk movie. You know? Did you know that there's a video of him and his grandchildren swimming in radioactive dump water?
No.
Yeah. And also unrelated, but he swims in his jeans. What kind of asshole does that?
That's the most disturbing thing you've said.
Yeah, he's also weirdly ripped. Like, he's like uncomfortably lookingly ripped. Yeah, it's all the spider bites from like. He's so weird. He's so weird.
He is.
It's because like remember when it was like Trump and Kamala running and then he started running for president and he's like, I'm gonna be the one that's in between both sides of the equation. Yeah. And then like Trump's like, I'll give you a job if you drop it. And he's like, said, okay. And he's like, sir, yes, sir. You know, and like he just came into lockstep, you know?
Yeah.
Oh man. We're so fucked. We're so dead.
Maybe us is the alternate universe that should have happened.
Maybe. I mean, honestly, maybe.
Trump's doppelganger.
I'm the best doppelganger. No one doppelganger's better than me.
He can't speak, and he would be smarter than Trump.
He'd probably be like,
Also, it's crazy that none of these people have guns. I guess they're in California.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about that. I was like, if you give enough rural people a heads up, like if you didn't sneak attack them.
Yeah. I also think just the sheer, like, is that me? Like, you know, like that I would make you stumble. Like, am I crazy? You know? Right. And then be like, oh my God. And then they'd stab you with the scissors. Well,
I mean, I'm saying if you watch the news and you see a bunch of people in red jumpsuits are killing everybody, shoot first, ask questions later.
Yeah, you'd think, but I don't know. You know how the whites are. I gotta investigate.
I guess.
You know, most of them.
That's not what Kitty and them did.
Well, yeah, that's true. Well, they got like immediately marked.
Well, she was like, "Go investigate," and he said no.
Well, because he's lazy.
I mean that dial. Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, and so Red comes in and she's like, once upon a time, and she's like telling the whole story about how like when she when she was having good things in her life, she had these like really dark reflections of her life. Like instead of Gabe, it was Abraham, and he's like an animal, and instead of like her normal daughter Zora,
she gave birth to a little
monster with Umbra.
Came in the world laughing.
Ugh, weird.
She leaves the world laughing too.
Yeah, that's true.
And Pluto.
Yeah, and Pluto, and
he's gonna do C-section by herself. Oof.
Ugh. Yeah, which is like, how did they live through that?
Does not matter.
I
don't care.
It makes me wonder. It just makes me wonder.
Like, people are talking about anyway.
Yeah.
I don't care. People are talking about, like, the genetics of it. I was like, well, they didn't clone the kids, so how are the kids genetic? And I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Well, I mean, just in terms of, like, because there's also the part of the soul,
And I have thoughts about that, too.
Okay. And we'll get into that. And then he's like, what are you people? And she's like, we're Americans,
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, that's a really cold,
they are.
That's a cold line. It's true.
Yes, and the whole time, Winston Duke's character is just trying to give him money.
I have money.
Give him a vote.
Please take my money.
They clearly do not want your money, man.
Yeah. And then I like they're using scissors.
The untether, yeah.
Yeah, to untether people. And every time one of them die, it's like they're using like I said, like something from like a upper middle class thing. Like Abraham gets like shredded apart with the boat, and like like all kinds of different stuff like that. Like what's interesting, I think the most striking was Pluto, because like him and Jason went to go like hang out, and like he's doing the
they're like more tethered to each other.
Mm-hmm. Which I wonder what the thoughts process.
Wonder age,
maybe,
or Jordan Peele might have just been like, that's a weird kid. We're gonna have him do weird kid things.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is also valid.
Yeah. There's always. They
have the mask, and then he locks him in there, and his little baby cries. Pluto's little baby cries. It hurt my heart. I was like, oh, he just wants a friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think if you just hugged him.
Yeah, they would have like been all right.
Yeah, I think if you just went, it's okay, I got you, baby.
Melted his cold heart, or his fiery heart, I guess.
He's just a little baby.
Also, like I thought it was really interesting that Abraham like picked up Gabe's glasses and put them on, and like they keep doing that. Like a lot of the tethered they kind of step into.
Well, the glasses make sense.
Yeah.
If you have bad eye, like he's squinting, he's scrunching his face the whole time, but like once he puts his glasses on, he like doesn't anymore. Mm-hmm. You're like, yeah, he hasn't seen, and he keeps doing the little.
But with like Tim Heidecker's like clone
the
and
robe.
like he put on the robe. She started cutting her face. She started putting on lip gloss, and then also the tethered of the twins were like doing cartwheels and stuff. Yeah. And it's really this is a bizarre movie, but I love it.
No, but it's okay. It makes sense though.
It does. It certainly does make sense. It's just a really bizarre thing. And I can't think of anything more horrifying than killing someone that looks like you. You know what I mean? Like you're killing you.
Yeah. That's
wild. I can't think of anything like more insane. I know you have to do it especially if they're trying to kill you.
Right.
But like you'd never get over that. I don't think.
Yeah, but I mean, there's almost that, like, you never really see what you actually look like. You just see what you look like in mirrors and stuff. So it might just be a different uncanny enough valley where you're like, I don't know.
Yeah. I guess the uncanny valley definitely works overtime on this thing. And especially because, like, she's doing that little, like, Red's doing that little mouth thing. That she's like, she's laughing. She's like, it's so creepy.
It's so good. I love it.
Apparently, Lupita Nyong'o was staying in character the whole time.
Yeah, well, with that, so they would do like one day them, one day the family, and then have like their body doubles like sub in, and then they would do that scene. But like, I mean, to get in that character, you kind of have to.
Yeah, it's very like just I like when she's like, maybe I should cut something off, like like
oh, it's so great,
so scary. And I also really like that Tim Heidecker has a has a Alexa, but it's called Ophelia, which means help in Greek, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then they're like, they all get murdered by their tethered, and it's 2 good vibrations.
I'll pick it up, good vibration.
Yeah. And then it's like,
she says, call the police, and they play Fuck the Police.
Yeah. Now playing Fuck the Police.
Which is a great song.
which is wild. And also the way the twins are laying on the...
Is The Shining.
Yep.
Reference to The Shining.
That's The Shining, for sure. As soon as I saw that, I was like, that's 100% The Shining. Also, did you notice that the Tim Heidecker's yacht was called B-Yacht?
I did notice that. And I love that.
That's amazing. And I also really like that Gabe tried to like shoot him with a flare gun. It just didn't do anything.
Well, yeah. I mean, it would have hit him a little bit.
Yeah.
Did you see that video of that old lady shooting like her neighbor with a flare gun in the head? She got charged with attempted murder, and she's like, he did it. He was the one who attacked me, and they were like, we saw you on video. He was walking away. Yeah,
it must be really fun to be a lawyer, and they're like, you're pleading not guilty, huh? Just put that on the screen.
Yeah.
And they're like, and then the jury's like, well,
those cases don't even make it a jury trial because you're just like,
yeah, like why not? Why even?
Like, you just gotta hold out for a good deal.
Yeah. Let's see. We kind of already talked about like this is a very dense movie. Like I think this is probably, in comparison to Get Out and Nope, I feel like this might be the densest.
Yeah, things are always happening.
Yeah,
which is fine. I like it. Yeah,
and so they have to go. They're kind of just hanging out in Tim Heidecker and Elizabeth Moss's house, just
Josh and Kitty,
just chilling. Yeah, and they
watch the news and see that it's happening everywhere.
It's happening everywhere, which I think, in retrospect, I think I would have liked a sequel to this.
Yeah.
I think I would have liked because I don't think Get Out needs a sequel. I don't think Nope needs a sequel from what I remember. This one I think really would have benefited from a sequel.
I think
because it would have been because what happens next?
Right.
And we'll get to there because what they're starting to doing is they're starting to do the Hands Across America thing because that's like one of the things that she held on to.
She had her shirt. And you see the ad in the beginning.
And so they go and they well, first of all, before they get to the beach again, Zora is driving and she like flips off.
Right, yes, because she runs up.
Yeah. And she's like wrapped around the tree or something, like, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was. She was kind of like impaled in the tree, and then
nasty.
She died laughing because Addie went to go check on her. And we also, you see Jason when they were like leaving, the mom kill one of the twins and start grunting and stuff, and Jason's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, she like really was like, oh, okay. Like,
yeah.
And then they go in there and they see Pluto, and she's like, I'm going to get out. I'm going to try to stop this kid. And then Jason has the idea where he's like, I'm going to start walking backwards.
Yeah, because he sees Pluto's doing and he remembers the match thing from earlier. So he heard something under the car. He does that.
Yeah. Every moment is set up really well.
It's set up really well, and he realizes it's a trap. He gets out, and he does the walk, and he walks him back in the flames, which is... And
then that is also another... that's another clue, because, like, Addie's like, what are you doing? No! Like... She feels terrible.
Yeah. I mean, I think also, they're also like her children. I mean, it was like, I don't know, like even if it's like wasn't, so like I totally know this, but on Instagram, the guy who played Harkness from The Long Walk posted a video of his mom. He's like, highly recommend watching your mom see you die in theaters. And he has the phone in her face, and she is just like uncontrollably like freaking out.
Oh my god!
And she like he's sitting right there, but it's still her baby, right?
Right.
So I'm sure like even then it'd still be disturbing.
Yeah, I imagine so. And then Red is like waiting there, and like
the car where it like matches her. Oh, yeah. It was so good. It scared the shit out of me the first time I saw it.
Yeah, it turns around, grabs Jason, like heads on to Merlin's quest. You know?
Oh, and she like sits. Ugh.
There are two scenes that are like I think
so scary.
Are my favorite scenes. One of them is when Red is pushing down Adelaide's face onto the glass, and you see like two of Adelaide, and then there's like Red above it. I'm like, how the hell did they do that? That was incredible. And then the other one is when they're in that little classroom in the underground area, and she's like, you could like see
split
like
diopter shot.
Yeah, like a quarter of her face, and she's in the foreground, or the background. Like, oh my god, it's so good. And that's when she's like, we all went mad down here, you know, like, and so it's just the way she's running. She's like, you know, just like running through those things. There's all these rabbits everywhere. You see like all the clones eating the rabbits. Oh, so
that's like after.
So nasty.
But yeah, no, you see the rabbits and you see them fighting, and they were talking about dancing and how they were dancing a pas de deux. Is that how you say it?
Sure.
Well, the dance she was doing by herself was meant to be a duo. So to see her and dance underneath, it was kind of like, so they were doing a duo, even though they were technically still alone.
And it shows that like the tethered are people because her dancing spoke to them,
right,
as well. You know, it's not that they're just animals.
No, you know? And that kind of like I really like the themes in this movie.
Yeah, and we can get into that more.
Yeah, because the twist is so like valuable for the theme.
And we can get into that right now, I guess.
Yeah. Well, she kills Red. Rescues Jason. Jason's freaking out. You know, she has the palm when she like tries to touch him. She literally has blood on her hands, and they're like driving down, and he's freaking out. And then you find out she was tethered. You get the flashback. Chokes her, brings her down there, switches places. Which I loved. Yeah. I know some people hate that ending.
I don't get that. That's like the strongest part of it, I think.
They're like, well, it doesn't make sense. Because then they want to go, well, then she doesn't have a soul. Or, well, then are those kids half tethered, half human? And, like, that's not the point. You know?
No.
Like, because this movie is about, like, poverty in the lower class and, you know, literally being under the ground.
Yeah, like the othering of people.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is their, like, kind of revolution, you know, which is why, like you think of, like, Tim Heidecker character, like, Kitty, she's like, go check it out. He's like, oh, I'm so nice in my comfy place. You're in your comfy place. You don't want to investigate. You don't want to look out. That's why people ignore the homeless man, you know, where they're the same people.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just how you were, where you were born.
Right.
And the fact that you could not tell that Adelaide was not born on the surface means that they're the same. She has her own life. I would say she has her own soul. I don't think they share a soul. Okay. I think they're completely their own people. Okay. And it's just how you were raised, the circumstances in which you were raised. The government literally created the system. And, you know, you talk about the revolution, and they're fighting the upper class, but it's like those people are innocent. They didn't do this, you know. It's literally the government. The government creates a system of capitalism. The government creates poverty and stuff, and then says, oh, actually they're the ones that did it.
And then they'll go on Fox and Friends and be like, we should euthanize all homeless people.
Yes.
Crazy. And also, this movie also reminded me of The Time Machine. Because, like, then it was, like, to the point where, like, the upper class and the lower class, like, they evolved so far away from each other that it was, like, the Morlocks and the Eloi. And that they were, like, completely different. They were, like, and in a way, that's an interesting analogy. But, like, I think what Us does is it really just kind of erases the line completely. It's just like there is no difference between
No.
rich or poor. It's just these people have money, these people don't. You know?
And I was watching a YouTube video, and it was us wasn't the topic of discussion video, but she mentioned, she was like, yeah, and that movie kind of like demonizes poor people, and I turned to Adelaide and I was like, that is not true. And they hadn't seen it, so we watched it, and I was like, no, because of the twist. If the twist was not there, then an accurate reading of this movie would be that poor people are bad and not human. They're the uneducated, grunting lower class. Mm-hmm. And they're attacking the good people, Mm-hmm. But that twist is there, and you're like, no. Yeah. It's not that case at all. Like, they don't speak because they weren't taught to speak. Mm-hmm. They weren't given the resources they needed. Mm-hmm. And you see, like, once Adelaide gets the resources she needed, she's a completely functioning member of society. Like, you can't tell. Yeah. I fully believe she loves her husband and loves her children. Yeah. I don't think she's sharing a soul. Yeah. And,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is sad that, like, we are, as a, like, capitalist society, like, taught that if you don't have this, you don't have that, you're not successful. Mm-hmm. And then when you say, oh, that person's not successful, and we live in this world where it's like, here's 10 ways to make $1,000 a day, Yeah. And like, then that means that, like, oh, you didn't even try. Mm-hmm. When in reality, we don't know how they got there. We don't know what got them in this situation, Right. And I was taught by some people that, like, you should not give like cash to, like, homeless folks, mm-hmm. because they'll just spend it on drugs. Where it's like, but I've come up with, like, a different meaning for that, where it's like, you can give them the money if you want to, but, like, it's not on you what they do with it.
Well, I think people don't like giving the homeless people agency. Yeah. I was always taught, like, if somebody's hungry, you give them food. Yeah. You go buy them, which is, like, nice. Like, if somebody asks me for a meal, I'm going to go buy them a meal. But,
But I've always thought it was like, that's what you do with that money is between you and God,
Right. You're a fully autonomous person that makes your own choices. Yeah. And I think people want to maybe not kind of almost infantilize them by being like, oh, well, they're obviously didn't spend their money wisely, so why would you give them money? They're going to do it on drugs. When, like, that's not always, like, most unhoused people are not because they're drug addicts and then became unhoused. They became unhoused and then
they became drug addicts
because of our system.
Yeah. And then now, like, we have, like, cities who do, like, anti-homeless architecture, which is so crazy to me, especially because of how much of a crisis we do have, especially in, like, places like Athens, and they it's so messed up where it's like, I understand that, like, not every homeless person is going to be, like, just some angel in disguise. Like, but, like, not every one of them are going to be, like, super crazy and, like, try to hurt you either. Where it's just, like, because it's the same thing. They're just people. Yeah. And, like, because there's people that I've run into that are, like, that don't look homeless at all, that I'm like, I don't like you. And I'm kind of nervous to be around you. Mm-hmm. Don't mean that it's so weird that we have, as a society, have demonized these people. Yeah. And, like, to such an extent that we are now, like, building, like, we're building, like, sharper designs on these, like, areas where, like, homeless people might sleep. And so that way they can't sleep somewhere comfortably.
It's
so weird.
It's just not comfortable for anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is a real thing this happened a couple years ago. It was, it's just the whole visual. I was sitting here like, this is the most ironic situation. Mm-hmm. It was like the mayor was doing something to celebrate Juneteenth. Mm-hmm. He didn't even show up. It's in front of the courthouse, not in front of the courthouse, in front of, like, the city hall. Mm-hmm. He didn't even show up. He just sent somebody down with, like, a flyer. Mm-hmm. And, like, talking about Juneteenth, they lowered the flag because there was only 3 stuff, so they took down the pride flag, put the Juneteenth flag. Okay. Right above it's the Georgia flag, which is the Confederate flag in the United States. Right. Raised it up, and then you had these speeches. Nobody really showed up except for, like, the community, like, very few people in the community. and then you had this woman who was, and these kids that were singing and dancing, and then right next to you see a homeless, unhoused man lying on the ground because the seats had the bars on them, so he's lying on the ground while we're trying to do this. You had to take the pride flag down to put up the Juneteenth flag below the Confederate flag.
Yeah.
You know, it was just like the whole, like, it hit me with the irony of it. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. It is tough. And so I really try to live my life where I'm like, I can't, like, where I try to live, like, treat each person by a case basis, you know, that, like, the last home, like for example, like, I have no issue with, like, the unhoused community, but I have a lot of...
What is your butt?
I have a lot of weird stories that weird encounters that I've had with them, and I could literally, like, I could do a whole stand-up comedy sketch about things that have just happened to me.
Yeah.
Regarding homeless people. Like, this is like an innocent one. I was going to work when I was working at over on Lexington Road, and I get out of the car, and this lady is singing hymns that don't exist, which is a great thing. But which is a great thing to hear at like 8 a.m. And then she sees me, and she goes, "Excuse me, sir, do you happen to know where Billy Graham's house is?" And I said, "I sure don't, ma'am. Have a great day." And I just kept walking, you know? And I just got a couple of crazy ones like that where, like, there was one, this guy, he rolled up next to me and my boss while we were leaving, and he was clearly, like, it was not his bike. It was like, there was like tassels. There was like pink handles. There was a little bell and a basket. And he's like, "How y'all doing?" And we're like, "I'm good. How are you?" And then he looks at us and he goes, "You know God's got a curse for bad people?" Doesn't say anything else. And my boss, he's like this real dry humor guy, and he goes, "God's got a curse for bad people?" And then the guy goes, "Mm-hmm. Ring, ring," and then drives off, just rides away. And I said, "Jeremy, what the hell was that?" And he said, "You look at me, I don't know." Like, and we just got our cars and drove away. So, like, just, it must be just some weird curse that a bog witch put on me, like, when I was a child or something. But, like, there's just a ton of, like, those moments that happen to me.
Or, you know, people who aren't mentally ill often find themselves in hard times and on the street, you know?
Yeah.
And that just compounds and makes it worse. And you know, stop seeing them fully. I'm saying I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but like, people stop seeing them as human because they go, "Oh, that person's crazy." Mm-hmm. You know? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just, in no way am I saying, like, the entire unhoused population are all crazy people. It's just the ones that I've seen, especially in the city that we're at. Yeah. I've just run into more chemically imbalanced people than not, is what it is. And that's a whole other issue.
The problem is, like, there's 3 counties busing unhoused people into Athens and dropping them off and saying, "Good luck." Yeah. Like, they don't have any of their stuff with them. Mm-hmm. They're just taking them here.
Yeah, it's terrible. Like, I mean, like, because
we're not treating people well.
And we already have, like, a high, like, unhoused population as is. Yeah. And, like, and there's a lot. I've heard about a lot of violence against, like, unhoused people, especially in this city. So it's just it's crazy. It's weird that we're such a liberal city, but, like, we still have, like, these kind of issues, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, even, like, liberal cities, they do the, you know, not my neighborhood, right? Yeah. So,
not my circus, not my animals.
No, you know? But not even that. Just like, oh, I live in a nice part of town. Why would I want, you know, rent controlled housing? Why would I want an encampment here? I don't want to see that. Like, we need to help them, but I don't want to see it. And I think that happens everywhere. But
and if you just it's terrible
because they don't want to see it, you know. Yeah. So I guess circling back to the movie.
Yeah. It's just we would rather live
in tunnels and not have to worry about it than see it.
Because in, like, big cities like San Francisco and, like, Chicago and, like, Detroit and stuff like that, there's, like, underground cities of, like, homeless people that they've just built themselves. Yeah. It's insane. You know, it's just, like, it's to the point now where it's like they're just You want us to defend for ourselves? We're going to do it. But then, like, if the cops ever found out where they are, I'm sure they would probably have them all arrested.
They're criminalizing them for being unhoused.
Which is such a slippery slope for, like, if you can be criminalized for being, like, unhoused. Like, what else are you going to be criminalizing
and literally
next?
Everything else.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
No, going to my theory.
Yeah, go into your theories now.
So
I'll pull up some trivia.
A lot of people were talking about, like, how'd they get the red robes, like, stuff, and, like, how do they actually organize this?
Okay.
And I saw somebody, it was, like, you see, like, in the dancing scene, like, some of them have, like, gold, diamond, like, gold rings and stuff like that, and everybody's like, how do they get that? And then there's this theory, and I don't know if that was its intention, but I also kind of love where it was the American government that came in and kind of, like, helped this plan go through. Because then you kill them all, and these people are used to eating raw rabbit, not getting the sun. You can kind of, like, pay them whatever you want if you want to pay them.
Oh, yeah.
Or that was, like, some grand conspiracy of being, like, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe some business interest had a role in this because they don't care. They don't know about workers' rights.
Then they want they just want like a really dumb population that like subsists on 3 rabbits a day.
Right, or like you give them cooked. I mean, you can get some sunlight and you can do what you're and treat them poorly.
And they would never know.
They would never know. Which is, I mean, kind of what's happening now because they're defunding education.
Yeah.
They don't want the new working class to know.
Yeah.
And organize.
Yeah.
Because you can take advantage of people.
And they want all the Title I schools to make sure their kids go towards the, from school to prison,
Right, because then you can work them for slave labor. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's a theory that, like, I don't know if that was his intention. I don't think it was.
That's a good theory,
but
though.
it also adds to, like, the theme of it.
Yeah, it definitely does. Let me see. Oh, here we go. The words "Get Out" 2017, which was the title of Jordan Peele's previous film, can be seen carved into the sides of the entrance of the Hall of Mirrors.
Oh.
Didn't even notice that. I don't know who Duke Nicholson is. I don't even remember him being in the movie. So I'm going to skip that. One. Okay, interesting. During the filming at Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, the rides were all filled with dummies. Then CGI was used to create moving people. That's actually pretty interesting. So apparently Lupita Nyong'o worked with an ENT specialist, a vocal therapist, and a dialect coach.
Yeah, you got to do that safely.
Yeah, because you don't want to like screw up your voice. Archive footage of 5-year-old Nicole Richie appears in the Hands Across America commercial. I don't know who Nicole Richie is. She was in Kids in America. She was in Chuck.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of stuff. The voice in the Funhouse was once again Jordan Peele.
Okay.
Anytime they need a voice, Jordan Peele's going to do it. It says Adelaide's shirt progressively becomes stained red throughout the film, slowly revealing her true origin. That's pretty cool. It is also another reference to A Tale of Two Sisters, 2003, as Soo-mi and Yeon-ju in that film wear white dresses in the climax that progressively get redder with blood. Never seen Tale of Two Sisters. That sounds pretty cool, though.
You can add it to the list.
Yeah. The word on Zora's hoodie means rabbit in Vietnamese.
Aw.
Cool.
Cool.
The Wilsons' doppelgangers first appear on their driveway in the same order as the Stick family decal on the back of their car.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Me and Alina have talked about this. Anytime we see like a Stick family on somebody's van, we're like, that's dumb as hell.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what if there was like a serial killer running around who like specifically likes to kill in families of 5?
Yeah.
Now you're a target.
Yeah, when you see like a mom with like a bunch of girls, I was like, oh, then somebody could follow you home and be like, oh, that I know that person has a little girl, you know, or a little boy. Yeah.
So weird. Yeah, no, you just there's just the things you got to think about. Oh, interesting. When Jason gets lost on the beach, many of the camera shots directly reference those used in Jaws, 1975.
Okay.
During similar beach scenes. Jason is even wearing a Jaws t-shirt for further underlying Jordan Peele's reference to the classic film. Oh, and then when Red mentions God on 2 occasions, this is an indication that Red is the real Adelaide, who would have learned about God prior to abduction, because probably they don't have a concept of God in the underground.
Yeah.
So that's really the only one.
The God was the government, and then the government said actually.
Good idea.
Probably just.
The ambulance toy that blocks the closet door foreshadows the end of the film.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah. So out of 1 out of 10 rabbits.
10.
10? Okay. I'd give it an 8.
Okay.
It's still good.
It's
still good. It's just like...
I'm biased.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
Did you see him yet?
No.
Okay.
No, it's out of budget, so we're going to wait till like a cheap movie night, you know?
Probably a good idea. I've heard bad things about him.
Yeah, I heard good performances.
Good performances, bad things. But Alina told me that if you know the ending of the hymn has like a particular Bible story reference, that if you really know the Bible really well, like I'm sure we do, we'll really love the ending.
Okay.
So
who knows?
Who knows? You know. And hey, when we'll finally get to trash a movie that we go see, because every movie that we've seen that's been in theaters has been great.
Yeah, or just. I think the only like technically bad movie was Sleepaway Camp, but we both adored it.
Yeah, we both really liked it.
So like we need one that we both go, this is the worst movie ever.
I just still think about the kid going, "You rat bastards! I'll kill your asses!
I'll kick your asses out of this goddamn camp."
Like you gotta go to bed too for cursing.
Eat shit and live.
Eat shit and live, Bill.
You should use that on your students.
Eat shit and live.
Yeah.
No, because they'd be like, they say stuff like, "Stop talking to me, bruh." Like, "Stop talking to me." And so I'll just be like, "I'm not your bruh. We ain't friends."
I get a lot of, because I'm a sub, "Who are you?" I'll be like, "Can you get that?" Be like, "And who are you again?" And I was like, "I'm the person telling you to stop."
Yeah. There's some that I do joke with, and I waited a few weeks before I could really start joking around with them, because I could tell who was going to be the sensitive ones and the not sensitive ones, the ones that can take it. There's one kid, and maybe he'll hear this, but like it's fine, because he and I joke around all the time. The first time he tried something to me, I was like, "All right, now, I've been bullied for a long time. Do you think you're funnier than me?" And he went, "I think I might be, Mr. Rhodes." And I said, "Okay." And one of the things he said was, "You look like you can't fit on the roller coaster, Mr. Rhodes." And I said, "And guess what?" I almost said his name. "Guess what? You too short to ride this ride. So you and I going to be watching everybody have fun on the sidelines." I said, "I'm going to be holding your hand like you my son." And they'd be like, "Oh, you're Mr. Rhodes' son." You like that?
Yeah.
And then the other day I was wearing purple, and one of my students said that I looked like a Teletubby. And he was wearing like a beige hoodie, and I was like, and you look like you look like one of the Teletubbies that didn't make the cut, man. What's your name? Stinky Winky? Like, he started laughing. He's like, "Oh my, you're crazy, Mr. Rhodes."
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. That was, it's just fun, and this was a fun movie to talk about. I think we had more to say about Get Out, but that's all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this has been the Hyperfix and Hate Watch. I'm so tired today. This has been the Hyperfix and Hate Watch podcast. I'm Jared.
I'm Kayleigh.
And remember, if your wife tells you to not go outside and confront the family at the end of your driveway, just listen. Just listen.
Listen to women.
Yeah, just listen to women. Just listen to women, damn it. That's it. That's all. Bye.
I ain't got nothing else to say.
Yep. All right. Bye.
Bye.